Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony Klawiatura, to jest kolejny odcinek serii Hogwarts Legacy. Także rozpoczynamy sobie kolejną misję poboczną. Mamy się spotkać z Nati w Dolnym Hogsfield i tutaj się znajdujemy. Więc tutaj musimy
You are here. Good.
na nią poczekać. Także porozmawiamy z nią.
Is this Mr. Bickle's home?
I believe so. He supposedly has evidence against Harlow. We need to speak with him.
My husband. What will I do?
Are you all right? We're looking for Mr. Bickle.
My husband is dead. He killed him.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Bickle. Who killed your husband?
Theophilus Harlow. I'm sure of it. He's been threatening my husband for weeks and... Oh, where is my son? Where is Archie?
He must be around here somewhere. When did you last see him?
Archie was home with his father while I was out. His satchel's missing. Hopefully he's just gone wandering, as he's prone to do. I hope he wasn't here when Harlow... when my husband...
Do you know which way Archie might have gone?
He has a little hideout in the forest south of here. He never wanders far. But if he witnessed Harlow doing something to his father, I'm afraid to leave, in case he comes back home.
We'll find your son, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. What am I going to do?
Please do not worry, Mrs. Bickle.
Where
Nic.
could Archie have gone?
Idziemy.
When I took the letter we found to Officer Singer, she told me about Mr. Bickle. He had been doing the same thing we are, providing Officer Singer with evidence to take down Harlow. I had hoped to speak with him about what he had found, but we were too...
Powinna być zaliczona misja. Dzięki temu. Bo była misja. Alby. Tak. Jest. Dobra. To też będziemy mogli się cofnąć potem. Także fajnie. Jedna z kolejnych misji zaliczona.
What did Officer Singer say about the letter you brought her?
She thanked me, but she clearly felt that it was not enough. It is a shame that hippogriffs cannot speak. Your friend Highwing could provide all the evidence against Harlow that we need. We will need something more. This must be little Archie's hideout that Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Archie!
Revelio.
Archie Bickle! He would not have done this to his own hideout. Someone came here looking for him. Revelio may be our only hope of finding out which way he went. There! Archie's footprints. He went this way.
Nawet pieniądze leżą.
I thought we would have found Archie by now.
I suspect he'll keep running if he's being followed.
If it is Harlow that's pursuing him, I only hope you're right. Men like Harlow would not think twice about killing a child. We must find Archie
Revelio.
quickly.
A, pierwszy raz mamy takie tropienie dziwne. Tak.
Wolves! Prepare for a fight.
Crucible. Confringo. Bombarda. Defendo. Incendio.
Z nami. O, tu jest ich więcej.
Confringo. Bombarda.
I hope Archie didn't cross paths with that wolf pack. We should look around.
Tutaj niby coś jest. O!
Archie's satchel. Why would he leave it behind?
He was likely running from Harlow, distracted. This may be a good time for Revelio again.
Revelio.
Archie went this way.
Może na drzewo wszedł. Jak kot. Jednak nie. Jakiś pola.
I have a bad feeling about this. Harlow
Jest
must
jakaś
have a
jaskinia,
reason for
z tego
pursuing
co
Archie.
widzę.
I wonder what Archie saw.
Tu jeziorko?
I hope he
Jeziorko.
didn't see Harlow kill his father.
He would never overcome it. At least not in any way I can imagine.
Pozbieramy, skoro jesteśmy na łonie natury. Które nam pozwalają. O, przy okazji kolejny teleport.
We will need
Revelio.
Revelio again. Multiple sets of footprints. Oh, Harlow caught up to him here. This is not good. They went this way.
Daleko. Kościół. Po śladach. A te ślady prowadzą tu. Czekaj.
Levioso.
Thestrals. They are beautiful, are they not?
You can see Thestrals too.
I witnessed death when I was 9. Saw my first Thestral shortly thereafter.
Mamy cię.
I found comfort in it. I still do. I think those of us who have witnessed death
Revelio.
deserve some comfort.
Jeden nam wystarczy. W ogóle te strale sobie żyją. Teraz tak patrzę. Tutaj kryształki.
I'm sorry you experienced something like that at so young an age.
I was with my father when he died. My
Chodź,
mother was
chodź.
away, and I felt quite helpless. It
Revelio.
was a long time ago in some ways, but in other ways, it seems like it was only yesterday. I still see him so clearly.
You must miss him.
My father was a wonderful man. Let us keep moving. We must find Archie.
Chodź. Jak chcesz, żeby żył, to nie mamy czasu do stracenia. O, i mamy rozwiązanie naszego problemu.
Taking in
Siema.
children now, are we? Better not be expected to feed.
Luma.
Chciałem powiedzieć. No dobra.
Levioso.
Ładaj sobie.
Incendio.
Skowadłem. Sobie nie pozwalasz?
Confringo. Bombarda.
Expulso! Expulso!
Levioso.
O,
Incendio.
ciąg swojego uderzył.
Are you even trying? You'll need to be quicker than that.
Gdzie ty tu jesteś? Dobra.
Revelio.
Tutaj też coś mamy, tutaj też. Wszystko jest w środku, z tego co rozumiem. Także... O! Znowu jakaś arena.
I did not expect this tent to be so large on the inside. That complicates things a little.
Idziemy tak jak nakazali ścieżką.
Confringo. Depulso. Bombarda. Defender. Incendio.
Dobra. To oddaj. Tutaj nic nie ma. O, coś się tam bije. Obok ktoś.
Revelio.
Ja sobie po to idę, jeżeli pozwolisz. Ale nic ciekawego. Dziwne miejsce. Bo tu były schody, ale można i tak wejść. Dobra. Hop do góry i idziemy dalej. Kolego drogi. Tam coś jest. Jakiś trupny szachu.
Bombarda. Confringo. Defender. Incendio!
O ty. Nie może... Możemy.
Pay for your deeds.
Zobacz.
Confringo! Incendio!
I uciekaj.
Bombarda!
You've
Ale
made
tu
a
dużo się
great
zrobiło.
mistake.
Defender! Crucible! Confringo!
To your knees. You're going to regret that. Pay for your
Dobra, ale tu dużo się to zrobiło, naprawdę.
Confringo!
To sobie polataj.
Defender! Incendio! Bombarda! Confringo!
To byś tam nasze plecy kryła, a nie... To dostajemy tutaj. Potem kupuję. I znowu mamy plecy jakieś.
Confringo! Bombarda!
Czy zabijesz go tam? Poradzisz sobie, czy... Dobij go. Sobie tylko wszystko pozbieramy i tutaj jest na dół zejście, musimy się dostać na dół. Prawdopodobnie właśnie.
Archie! Archie Bickle!
How do you know who I am?
Your mother sent us to find you.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Not too loud, Archie.
Sorry.
We need to get this open. Aloha, Mora.
To nie jest problem dla nas, dla tak wykwalifikowanego, może nie złodzieja, ale otwieracza zamków. Tutaj nie musimy się bawić wytrychami. Chodź, porozmawiajmy z nami.
A man called Harlow. He killed my father.
We're so sorry, Archie. We won't let him get away with it. But first we need to get you home to your mother.
Thank you for saving me.
We wouldn't have it any other way, Archie. Now let's get you home. We know a safe way back.
Jeszcze myślałem, że będziemy musieli z nim biec. O.
Oh, Archie, you're here! Oh, you're safe.
Mother? Oh, Mother. Father's friends are in danger. I heard the people who took me talking about them.
Which friends, darling?
Mr. and Mrs. Rabe, Mr. Filbert, and I think they also said Otto's name.
Oh, I shall speak with them. You run inside.
Yes, Mother.
Your husband's friends may be in danger.
Just as he was.
How can we help?
You've done enough. My husband was a powerful wizard and couldn't defeat Harlow. The last thing we need is that monster coming after you.
It may be too late for that. I'm afraid Harlow's already after us.
Then you needn't anger him further. I assure you, the threat could be a lot worse. Please, please keep your distance.
I'm sorry again about your husband, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing Archie home. I can never repay the two of you for your kindness.
Not to worry, Mrs. Bickle. My father used to say that rain does not fall on one roof alone. We are here to help each other.
Brilliant.
I ukończona kolejna misja.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Także myślę, że możemy ruszać dalej. I ruszymy sobie tutaj. My tutaj. Prawdopodobnie musimy wybrać się z powrotem do Hogwartu. Tak daleko. Dobra, możemy tutaj się wybrać. Raz, dwa. W takim oto razie. Dobra.
Oh, it's you! Just the person I need.
Tak to my. pokazuje. Gdzie ona się znajduje?
Perhaps a hybrid. Bouncing.
I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlic.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell.
Co to za
Nothing
zawijasy
as
są?
mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do
Udało
was
się.
move a few
Chyba
paws.
pierwszy raz w ogóle. Flipendo.
Wonderfully done. If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome.
Damy sobie na razie
Here in the
tu.
greenhouse. Just
Flipendo!
look at that. You're a natural.
Dobra. Zaklęcie przewracające flipendo, podobnie jak akcja jest zaklęciem mocy zdalnym, rozproszy fioletowe zaklęcie tarczy poprzez wywrócenie celów do góry nogami.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a seventh year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Serona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Serona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
No dobrze. To sobie teraz lecimy dalej. Tylko zobaczmy sobie, no właśnie, mamy jeszcze jeden talent do odblokowania. Weźmy sobie to. Dobra, i teraz sobie cofnijmy do misji. I myślę, że teraz możemy iść do Sebastiana. Do krypty. Tylko musimy zobaczyć, gdzie on tu ma. O. Także przeniesiemy w to miejsce i zajrzymy do krypty, aby porozmawiać z Sebastianem.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Let there be no misgivings here. I always knew you were a troublemaker.
Tak, przy okazji powiem wam, że ostatnio myślę nad zakupieniem Steam Decka. Ale myślę jeszcze od Asus ROG Ali. myślę nad tymi dwoma konsolami, ale bardziej przemawia trochę do mnie Steam Deck, powiem wam.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Ja między kolegami.
I am
Byś.
not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
Poor Anne and Sebastian.
That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I can't lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Dobrze. I co dalej? Jakby co, koniec, czy co? Dalej? Wejdźmy sobie stąd, może coś się aktywuje, nie wiem. O, dobra, czekał chyba na nas. Bo ten Omnibus ma strasznie dziwny wygląd oczu. Przerażający, bym powiedział. Ale nie wiem, czy to się... Rozumiem, że na razie się tam zagłębiać bardziej. Po prostu mieliśmy się z nimi tylko zobaczyć. Także lecimy sobie w to miejsce tutaj, o. Proszę. Tutaj sobie przejdziemy, te kryształki sobie też również weźmiemy ze sobą. Także lecimy do naszej przyjaciółki Poppy.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she alright?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there.
She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs, they'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
No dobrze. To rozumiem, że zostały tylko i wyłącznie takie misje. Myślę, że te misje będziemy sobie robić na pewno na jakimś live'ie. Być może dzisiejszym. Jakiś krótki. Myślę, że nie był to głupi pomysł. Także w tym odcinku to było na wszystko. Dzięki, że jesteście, dzięki, że gramy razem. Zapraszam was na mojego Twitcha, na którym odbywają się live'y. Ostatnio odbył się live z Phasmophobia oraz zapraszam na mój serwer Discord. Także dzięki, że gramy razem. Trzymajcie się. Do zobaczenia. Hej, hej.